There's a special place in Daddy's heart for the boobers and also Soulflayer. Soulflayer is a pretty cool card. It can cost as little as 2 mana by exiling cards from our graveyard, gaining the keyword abilities of all creature cards that exiled, double strike, hexproof, and destructible, abilities that we'd be glad to have on turn 2. The reason why Daddy brings up Soulflayer is the new card Urborg Scavengers. For 3 mana, we get a 2/2 that says when it enters or attacks, we exile a card from any graveyard. Scavengers gets 1/1 counter, and like Soulflayer, it gains those keyword abilities. Compared to Soulflayer, Scavengers has its advantages and disadvantages. To understand these, let's rewind to 2018. Soulflayer is having a great year in Modern, throwing creatures in graveyard and then popping off in turn 2 or turn 3. And given that every card in this deck except for 2 is legal in Pioneer, when Pioneer was announced 1 year later at the end of 2019, logically it made sense that Soulflayer would have a major impact, but it really didn't. Why exactly did Soulflayer flop harder than my grandma's saggy tits? I mean, there's so many abilities we can give it. Double strike, indestructible, haste, vigilance, hexproof. The flop is best understood with an analogy. Let's say you're back in prison and you drop the soap. You gotta pick up the soap. Which direction are you gonna stick your keister in? Well, you say, I think Bubba likes to hide off to the right, so I'm gonna stick my keister up to the left in the opposite direction. But then you do, and it turns out that Bubba's been hiding off to the left the entire time. And Bubba comes for you in more ways than one. More literally, even if Soulflayer exiles Samut, gaining haste and double strike, we still have to worry about destroy cards. And we say, okay, fine, we'll just give indestructible, exiling the Zetalpa or Hazoret. But then our opponent might be able to exile. So we say, fine, we'll give hexproof. But then our opponent might make a sack. But there are some good things going for the deck. The deck recently gained Otherworldly Gaze, which can throw up to 3 cards in graveyard, enabling Soulflayer on turn 2, and it has flashback. We also got Witherbloom Command, able to mill and return to land, and more importantly, take out graveyard hate cards. And now finally we have Scavengers. It does cost 3 instead of 2, but it can perform better in the face of graveyard hate. We can play Scavengers even if we have no cards in graveyard, and we can even take cards from our opponent's graveyard, like Parhelion. And even if it costs 3 instead of 2, we're usually doing other things on our first 2 turns, like discarding our opponent, and we discard a card in the process. There's Thoughtseize for more disruption, Cycling Riverwinder to draw a card, playing Banehound, in hopes that our opponent will send us to Jesus, and perhaps the strongest card, Grisly Salvage. We look at top 5 cards of our library, and put a creature or land in a hand, with the rest of the cards going to graveyard. So by turn 3, we're usually looking thick like brick. But what about the sideboard? The most important card is Duress, discarding a wide variety of threats, and is counter hate, artifact enchantment hate, activate ability hate, and permanent hate. That is the deck, and now it is time to find out if Scavenger is good enough to save this deck. Be sure to subscribe for more content like this, and without further ado, here's the gameplay and I hope you enjoy. Opening hand, 1 land. Well, we could dig for a second, so we'll keep. Saves time. Oh, there is a second land. We'll fire Salvage on their turn. Opponent plays Bloodpath Harvester, and now Salvage. Ooh, that nice. We'll first Thoughtseize. Oh, and this is problem. We have no indestructible in graveyard, and even if we take up for the throat, they could attack Harvester and Stomp. Full instead of Salvage on their turn. They play one of the giants. Salvage for us. Riverwinder, sure, but just to be extra safe, Salvage again, and that's more like it. Soulflayer, and it has everything minus the lifelink. Send it back. Another Harvester. Praise Jesus for the hexproof. He's on upkeep. The Zetalpa. We'll play Scavengers. Exiling the Zetalpa. Get it for 4. Opponent takes it like my sister, drawing out Desperation. Oh, and attack to take out Scavengers. How brave. Losing both Harvesters. I draw again. And there's a concede. Going in game 2 with Witherbloom with last game 2. Opening hand, double Thoughtseize. We'll keep. Oh, Soulflayer perfect. It's tempting to use Gaze here for a turn 2 Soulflayer, but I think that's just too risky. So Thoughtseize it is. Oh, you nutty boy. Rest in peace and Lily. Dang, we'll take Rest in Peace and send it back. Opponent passes. We'll Thoughtseize again. Take their Lily. And we'll pass. Here comes Fable. The fills with their hand. Gaze time. That's exactly what we needed. Cycle Riverwinder. Oh, another Gaze. And now Soulflayer time. With Hexproof and Indestructible. Opponent dumps both Shieldrids. Finds Harvester. And White Swing. We'll block. Alright. I guess I really wanted to treasure. Another Gaze. Oh, Brutality. Nice. We shall unload with Brutality. Dumping the Hounds. Oh, no wonder why they wanted the treasure. So they could board wipe with Farewell. But farewell to farewell. Opponent draws out Sadness. We put them at 8. And there's a concede. What a nice spanking to start things off. And now it's on the next spanking. Opening hand is very nice. We'll keep. We'll Salvage now. Riverwinder in graveyard. Opponent draws and passes. Well, we'll try for the solo game. Play Scavengers. Just a simple 3/3. Opponent passes. Another Soulflayer. Witherbloom Command. That works. And nothing in graveyard. Shoot. We'll swing. Oh, we'll make a sack. We'll pass. And they pass to us. On our opponent's turn. We'll flash in Samut. Do they have counter? They do. I hope they have more. Because Gaze. Oh, they counter that. Another Witherbloom. Cycle. Brutality, sure. Soulflayer time. As hexproof. It'll pass. Opponent digs. And tries to give our opponent Brutality. So we take game 1. Going in game 2 is bringing this for us. Asking 2. Opening hand is pretty strong. We'll keep. Oh, and Thoughtseize. We'll fire it now. Sensor is pretty nasty. But so is Extinction Event. We'll take Extinction and pass. Oh, it's Duress. Play Duress. Darn, and Thankful strong. Gate's also pretty nasty. We'll take the strong. Cycles. Cycles again. Oh, it's shock. And play Nardy Narset. We'll draw and response, Scavengers will take it. Our opponent digs. Finding Thoughtseize, nasty. Oh, Thoughtseize for us. We'll fire it. Taking their Thoughtseize and play Soulflayer with Hexproof. Opponent digs some more. Oh, and what a find. We dump our hand and they get 7 cards in theirs. Scavengers sure. We'll play it and pass. Opponent cycles and play Search for Wisconsin. Flipping once they have 7 cards in graveyard. Play Gaze. We'll dump all that. Gaze again. And this is much better. Swing. Exile Zetalpa. Opponent goes with 4. Oh, Extinction Event. Just like when Mama queefs. But tragically for opponent, we still have lethal. Wonderful. And now it's on to the next match. Opening hand, no blue mana. We'll mull. And 3 duds. We'll mull. And this is better, we'll keep. But we're really hoping for a top deck here. Land do. Opponent passes. Oh, Soulflayer nice. We'll go for Brutality. But opponent counters. Opponent passes. Yikes. 1 mana short. Opponent filters and makes a treasure. Oh, and plays Creativity. Finding Atraxa. Hazoret shoots. We'll have to take it to game 2. Going into game 2 is running this for this time 2. Opening hand is really good. We're gonna keep. We'll duress. Removal and strong. We'll take the removal. And pass back. Dispute nice. We'll salvage. And all that's pretty good. We'll pass. And now Scavenger time. Please no removal. It hits. Give haste. Give indestructible. Our opponent takes 8. Our opponent must be queefing hard here. Oh, and make a shark. We have trample. But they block anyway. Good for them. Let's put them at 1. With Brutality. And yikes, Odawara. So they could bounce Scavengers. That's not stinky. But no 4th land for them. Because they can't shock. Lots of settle things in game 3. Opening hand's pretty good. We'll keep. Samut will take it. Gaze now. And these in graveyard's pretty good. Opponent likes a token. Oh, and shocks. Very suspicious. And dispute for us. We'll go with Brutality. Discarding Samut. To counter sure. A land here would be great. Not a land, but we'll take it. We'll first duress. Oh, and some goodies here. We'll take for Mana Command. And go for Thoughtseize. So no counter for them. Opponent passes. And there'll be a land. Soulflayer time. It has indestructible. Going for 8. And send it back. Darn, and Creativity. They're not making this easy. Finding a Hullbreaker Horror. Oh, when they cast a spell, they can bounce the permanent. Shoot. That's not good. Land. We'll go for a swing. Opponent beat 2. And we'll pass. Here comes the bounce. Oh, and they swing. How interesting. We'll flash out Gaze. Yikes. All that in graveyard. And this feels kind of bad. We'll just play Scavengers. We'll counters, but they choose not to bounce the Scavengers. So we'll dispute. And just pray our opponent top decks lands. Oh, they're swinging for 7. They pass. And darn. We need to land here. Opponent bounces. They duress. Soulflayer. We'll take Fable. And drop Scavengers to chump. Oh, right, they have this card to flashback. Shoot. Yep, they have us. Darn, 2 life away. But at least it was close. And also on the next match. Opening hand could be better. We'll try it. Oh, and it's a human deck. We'll take the Bodyguard and pass. Opponent plays Mutavault. Witherbloom Command, but no green for us. We'll set Thoughtseize. Take Thalia. We'll swing and pass. They play Aspirant. Land okay. We'll suspiciously swing. Come on, block for daddy. They do it all great. Urborg Scavengers first strike. And soon lifelink. Oh, but another Aspirant. They get a 4/4. And they swing. Interesting. And a hopeful initiate. Another Hound. Okay. We'll swing. Giving lifelink. We'll put out 2 Hounds and pass. Oh, an Ossification. Taking our Scavenger. At least until we get green. Opponent swings. We'll chump. Oh, that's not green. We'll cycle though. And that's not green either. Shoot. We'll pass again. Oh, and Thalia's Lieutenant. Giving protection from black. That's so racist. Because they have lethal. So game 2 it is. Going into game 2 with double Thoughtseize, and that's going to be 2. Opening hand, too many duds. We'll mull. And this is better, but I don't think so either. We'll mull. And yeah, this is good. We'll keep. Scavenger's okay. We'll pop Command. And that's pretty good. Opponent plays Aspirant. We'll play Scavengers. And swing for 8. And please no fancy tricks. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. We do have Abrupt Decay. But Scavenger's already lost his abilities. So this is problem. Opponent gets Ward. They attempt to fist for 5, but Abrupt Decay. Which gets around Ward. Another land. We'll have to pass. We take 2. But in a shit. And Bodyguard. Protecting Coppercoat. And another Abrupt Decay. How interesting. Another Coppercoat to buff. Buy some time. We'll take out the Bodyguard. Opponent swings. We'll chump. And come on, mill for daddy. Oh, perfect. Yikes, but what a whiff. Grab Scavengers. And just play a 4/4. A 3rd Coppercoat. So now they have 4 power. And they do attack. We'll trade. Come on, more mill. Darn, land. We'll play the Scavengers. Giving haste. And get in for 4 with lifelink. That does last 1 turn. Oh, but Lieutenant. Buffing the board. Yep, they have us. So our opponent takes this one. And now it's on the next match. We've fallen so far. Here we are fighting for the 3/2. And with no major cards to dig. Oof. We do have Riverwinder, so we're gonna keep. Let's see if they have removal. Oh, looks like a Lotus Field deck. We'll have to race. Another Soulflayer. We'll cycle. And Scavengers, but that's not what we need right now. Opponent digs. And plays their Lotus Field. Attacking their stage? Why? Perhaps they have another one in hand. Oh, Brutality, that's good. Well, first swing. Good, they block. And then unload this Brutality. Oh my, they do have another stage in hand. A card to untap. And a card to unload. Stage is is the biggest threat right now. We'll take that and send it back. They copy Lotus Field, and now we must clap. Scavengers, getting haste, and then hexproof. Opponent down to 8. Opponent cycles on tap, and they play Ultimatum. We can send one of these cards back, but we're in a tight spot either way. We can't let them have Liar, because they can unload their graveyard. We just gotta hope they draw nothing, because they're making a nutload of mana here. They put Pour the Pages back in hand. Taps it again. I'll let you know when this is over. So our opponent takes game 1. Going into game 2 is bringing our whole sideboard with us only 2. Opening hand, 1 land for an Aftermole, and still 1 land. So we have Gaze Store and a keep. Opponent ramps with Grazer again. Gaze for us. We'll play him nice, because it's better safe than pregnant. We'll rest, take someone's crying, rest again, and take their digging, and we'll send it back. Opponent passes out of sadness. We'll hold Salvage and pass. Opponent passes. Salvage. The Zetalpa and land, we'll take it. Play Scavengers. Exile the Zetalpa. Now they have 3 mana. Putting Scrying back in hand. Flashback Gaze. Upall this. Play Brutality. Taking their Scrying. Swing for 4. Opponent be 12. They draw Sage. Flashback Gaze. And all this is pretty good. We'll swing. They go to 2. We'll first the rest. Take their strings. Play Pithing Needle. Naming their Sage. It's certainly not going great for our opponent. And our opponent agrees. Opening hand's not bad. We'll keep. We draw Scavengers. And we'll Thoughtseize. Oh, we have Terra Sunder, which can exile permanent for 4. We'll take a Scrying. So no Lotus Field for them. Opponent passes. Soulflayer for us. We'll hold Salvage and pass. Opponent cycles to draw. Another stage. And they put Scrying back in hand. Salvage. Oh, a little stanky. We do find Gaze though. And Pithing Needle. Play Brutality. Oh, and another recovery. That's kind of annoying. Also, Terra Sunder could take up Pithing Needle. I suppose that's fine. We'll take Scrying. Play Pithing Needle and pass. They put Scrying back in hand. We'll flashback Gaze. Oh my. This is all pretty good. Thoughtseize. Taking Scrying again. Our opponent must be devastated. They're probably trying to make themselves feel better by thinking about the boobers. Thoughtseize. They exile Needle. We'll take Stirrings. Cast Soulflayer. And with the sorest butt cheeks in the world, our opponent throws in the towel. So there we have it. Soulflayer kinda stole the show, and Duress kept us in it. The deck just feels like it's missing something still. Perhaps a hexproof creature with more abilities, but until we get some new cards, I would probably stay away from the deck. But it was really fun winning in a way that was unconventional, and I hope you had as much fun as Daddy did. Let me know in the comments what you did think of the deck, and until next time, stay to me thick.